Well, tell me as much as you know. How many bandits are there? What do they want? What do they want? Those bloodsuckers think they own this land. They come, take what they want, and steal the better part of our money every month as a toll for the leader. They even broke our gate so we couldn't try to hide anything from them. No one knows exactly how many there are. Sometimes only 5 or 6 come. Sometimes it's a whole gang. And I've shown them what for long ago, if not for Svetlana. He claims they were collecting taxes. Why? For the Stag Lord and his cronies, of course. That Stag Lord fancies himself a king in these parts. He may have antlers for a crown, but all the troublemakers around here are happy to follow his orders as long as they're paid. So they charge an arm and a leg as taxes, and they call their executions punishment for treason. Even those who never swore allegiance to the Stag Lord, they're killed fast, if they're lucky. If not, Oleg looks to Svetlana. Dove, why don't you go start supper while we finish our talk? I've no need to be protected from dark talk. I'm not some blind kitten, you know. I've seen what they do to people. Svetlana lowers her head. Most of the gang is made up of simple bandits, but there are a few monsters among the leadership, especially those close to the Stag Lord. Hawks and Dovin from Nisrock come to mind. They like to make a show of their tortures and execution. My husband and I, we saw the bodies. So you have nothing to fear. I'll help you deal with the attack. Well, I appreciate your good intentions. I may not have the best manners, but Oleg Leviton is the last name you'll hear accused of being ungrateful. If we manage to defend this post, I'll reward you proper. We have to hide Svetlana. Please, don't argue, Dove. Now, we also need to decide on the plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that can be used for the battle. There are some pretty solid traps around, some tar, and a box of alchemist fire, looks like. Alchemist fire? We could put it by the gate to light it off with a burning arrow when those bandits are nearby. But that could set the post on fire. Oleg shouts surprised. Well, maybe if we cover the walls with something to protect them. Alright, yes, I think it could work. I'll even shoot the arrow myself. I used to be pretty good with a bow back in my day. Okay, well, save. I can't save. And prepare for the attack, get in your positions, and wait. Fear not. I'll stand between you and this scum. You're under my protection. Emery flexes her shoulders. Finally a fight. Was bored with all that talking. Well, these aren't the heroics I was hoping to write about, but I guess even the greatest heroes had to start somewhere. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful and please don't let Oleg do anything too risky. Svetlana, go hide inside. We're going to go meet our guests. Oh shit. Oh shit, guys, this is it. We're not fully healed up. We're not fully anything, in fact, but
we will prevail.
I cannot save during combat. Ugh. Look at those damage. 17, 16, 33. But these guys are dead. They're straight up dead. 3 guys died right off the bat. Bro, I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. Okay.
Strike with all your might.
Let's go. You are gonna rage. You are gonna sing. We're both fighting with this. Now I get Leon Hands, which I can use on myself or on others. I don't know why it's different, but whatever. And I have my smite, obviously. Let's smite that guy. There's 4 people left. You try now and... This dazes, and you know what? Keep your heals. We're gonna need them. Just regular days. Still haven't used my smite. Apparently. Missed. Also missed. Okay, that guy's shooting him. It's a problem. So I want to risk it. Because I can't charge past him, right? Yeah, I would have to go with, like, daze him. Daze the one targeting him.
They go down! Avenge me.
Shit, I missed him. Wow, she's down. She died in one shot. Like, literally. How do we both miss? My lay on hand didn't work? Oh. Well, heal yourself. Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't say anything.
We won't falter.
Can you? No, you can't. Do that on him.
This won't kill me.
You deserved it.
I'll survive. I always
She didn't make it.
Clean strike.
Okay. Woo! Man, this is. Are we on hard really? We are. I know what they did with hard, man. It's like it's almost too easy. But then the other one is too hard. There's no in between. Wow, that's a lot of dead people. Holy sh... Oh, a cloak. Loving this ish. Anybody else we didn't... No? Okay. Cool, man. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserve. Now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. We should call Balkan out before he freezes in those bushes. Now, my lady, head on up to the guest room on the second floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean things up. And this is for your efforts. Now, don't offend me by trying to turn it down. Just take it. An honest fight deserves an honest reward. If there were more common practice in this world, I think life would be so much better. Oh. So we just do get to go inside. Sweet. Why are we walking so slowly? Are we encumbered that badly? Okay, she's fatigued, but that's okay. +1 resistance bonus to all saving throws. So... I have Divine Grace. Does it stack with Divine Grace? That's a question. It does stack. Oh, yes. Loving this. Why am I... That's... Like, why are we super slowed? I don't know what's going on there. And Rage! 2 months in a row! Woo! Thank you so much, Enrage. Love your face, man. What's up, dude? What's going on? Holy moly, man. Oh, look at that. Potatoes and a bunch of other stuff. Huh. I'm glad it's all over, even if there was a fight. We'll talk tomorrow once we've finished working.
No stopping now.
Okay, save. Let's go up. Oh no! What's going on, man?
Applause, please.
Yeah. Sure. Hold on, we'll read that book right afterwards. Okay, so as far as I know, this is our stash. Like our official stash. Meaning that I could totally do that and then just put like everything that I know we're gonna sell later on, but not right now, in there. Like a merchant will pay well for it. Anything that says a merchant will pay well for it, we'll just drop in there. Yep. What is this? Oh yeah. Whoop, not this. Pearl. The pelts. The mug. That. Oh yeah, all that stuff's going in there. Okay, this one we're reading. Guide for Travelers, Hunters, and Explorers of the River Kingdoms, Volume 5, Monsters and Beasts. You know those days where everything goes wrong? I've been like that the whole week. In advance, I was told that we're wrong before. Wait, you have to... What? For an appointment? For your glasses? What? What? How? I can go whenever I want, get an appointment. It would take maximum a week. Like, what the hell is this? A year and a month. What? You guys ever heard of anything like that before? That's crazy, man. I'm so sorry that you had such a terrible week so far. Oh. What if you go without your insurance? How much is it? So, Will-O-Wisp. An amusing glowing ball which looks harmless and doesn't arouse any natural suspicion. It pretends to be a guiding light in the marshes but leads travelers to certain death. The agonizing fear of their victims is this monster's nourishing dinner. If you manage to resist their tricks, make sure you have some electrical protection. The monster electrocutes any visitors it fails to lure into terror. Werewolf. Werewolves prefer to hunt in groups and attack lone travelers. It's entirely possible that a Varisian camp or troop could turn into a pack of bloodthirsty lycanthropes, or lycanthropes. Lycan? Whatever. Under cover of darkness. I think it's lycanthropes. Ordinary weapon stands little chance against them, but a silver blade greatly increases your chances of survival. And then primals. Primals, powerful creatures of the primal realm occasionally visit this world for amusement. It's best to stay out of a primal's way. Don't fight it. It's extremely dangerous, but if a life is at stake, resort to cold steel. Okay. Well, that is certainly good to know. Cool. Save. Into bed. You wake up from a nasty dream that tortured you almost all night long. In it you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out the window and you find out that the fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream. And then...
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
The half-transparent outline of a beautiful nymph appears before you. Even in this ghostly form, it's clear that she's exhausted. Her shoulders are slouched, and her large blue eyes burn within her pale face. Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches towards you. It seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. The bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. A defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish.
Man, that really sucks. But dude, life happens. Like you don't let it get you down, man. You're stronger than this. Like, it's a shit week. It's gonna get better. I guarantee it. Also, if that helps, you can have a charity drive on your stream for the classes. Like, you can have a donation goal or something. I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight.
Beauty is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone.
Sparks light up and fade in the nymph's huge eyes. What do you want from me?
Aid. Salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon, even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
The Stag Lord is responsible for the fog?
Yes. It hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
How can I help?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
All right, I understand. Farewell.
I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
The nymph's whisper fades as she disappears. Okay. Okay, this is a safe location, and I know. So, just make sure that my stuff is still in there. Yep. Good day. I hope you're feeling alright after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. It's not. I had to lower it back to hard. Yeah. Unfair is too hard. Like, it's weird. It used to be that there was a natural progression. So you could go from one difficulty to the other, and it would just increase in difficulty slightly until you reached unfair, which made the game super hard on the hard difficulty, which was great because it was like a hard, but not an unfair hard. It was still possible. It was just incredibly hard. Now they nerfed it. I guess in a patch somewhere. I couldn't find the actual patch, but they clearly nerfed it because now when I play hard, it's rather easy. But when I play unfair, it's literally impossible. Like, enemies, anytime they hit you, anytime, they do double damage. So if he crits you for like 16 damage, that's a 32 damage. I don't have 32 health points. So I was just reloading over and over and over again until my rolls were perfect. So I could survive, which was kind of not the point. Like the old hard was basically unfair without the double damage thing, which made it possible to do and also challenging. Now so far it's been pretty easy. I only died twice. And I remember when the game came out, I tried hard, and it was way too hard, and I had to crank it down to challenging, which is before normal. So it's like story mode, which is super easy. Then you have easy, you have normal, you have challenging, which is the one of my first playthrough. And then you have hard, and then you have unfair. So I used to try to play on hard way back when, couldn't do it. I had to go challenging, and even then it was stupid hard. And I would die a lot. Switched it to hard now, and I barely have any difficulties. It's really, 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 really easier. Yeah, everybody was complaining, but that's dumb. They should have not done it. People were review bombing the game because they were saying it was too hard and stuff, and I just find that very unfortunate. They should have just like maybe buffed the other difficulty level, but keep hard or just leave it as is, man. People will learn to play not on the hardest difficulty level right off the bat, and then learn to crank it up as soon as they understand the mechanics of the game and stuff. Now it's almost too easy. Like, it doesn't feel hard. Like, enemies right now have a bonus to like their stats and everything. Like, they have flat out big bonuses, and even then I'm surviving very easily so far. Like, I've not had to reload any. Like, most fights, except for two that I had to reload. Most of them I just ace the first try. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm just better at the game too, but it doesn't feel that way. It really feels like it's nerfed, which is a bummer. So what did you want to ask me? Svetlana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Stag Lord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, really, but it means so much to me. Okay. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around would laugh. Svetlana interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find my ring amongst the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved inside the band. Svetlana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There is one more thing. Among the bandits, there is a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. Sure, I'd be happy to help. I'm so grateful for your help. Tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish trading posts in the Stolen Lands? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was here, of course. In Restov, everyone respects the Sword Lords, and everyone is accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Gemendi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could even work in some places, here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. play it, but I wouldn't ask them to make it exactly enraged. Yeah, that's my take on it as well. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the Stolen Lands into his personal kingdom, a kingdom of fear and oppression. It would be a kingdom of lawlessness. Once I've dealt with the Stag Lord, your life will improve. I can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful. The Stag Lord is extremely dangerous. Okay. Sweet. Okay, who are you? Anoriel 8 Eyes. Probably. Yeah, that game is super hard, man. The Elf looks straight at you, through the tangled hair falling over her face. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the Stolen Lands. You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice. Keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Nice. Who are you? The elf grunts. Anoriel 8 Eyes. Once upon a time, I was famous throughout Absalom. Anoriel 8 Eyes of the Reckless Six. Well, glory passes quickly. A few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the streets anymore. What a shame. Absalom. For more than 4,000 years, Absalom has been the city at the center of the world. Good night, Denny. A metropolis-sized showcase of the greatest treasures in all of Golarion. The city not only holds a key strategic position for both commercial and military endeavors in the region, but encompasses the site of the ascension of 4 deities and claims to have been founded by none other than the last Aslanti, the god Arodin. So this is basically Jerusalem. Interesting. What are you doing here? I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in a backwood taverns, but in Absalom, I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts, but shallow pockets. A little gold would be a welcome change for them. I can send them a message, and it will come from Absalom through a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign, and we'll arrange everything right away. Okay, so this is like to recruit my own men, and I would have to create them from scratch, which I don't want to do. Also, it's super expensive, so nah, I'm not interested. Why are you called 8 Eyes? Also, here's the thing, guys. A lot of playthroughs from other streamers and from other YouTubers and stuff, they make their own characters. And the main reason for that is you really can pick up whatever you want as a companion. You can fill up holes in your groups, and sometimes people don't like the pre-made characters because they're already set in certain things. For example, the barbarians that we have, Amiri, she's stuck with her weapon. You can't change it. So even if you were to want to have a better weapon with her, you can't, because she won't remove her weapon. She refuses to do so because she's written that way. So by making your own barbarian, for example, you could just like not pick Amiri ever, have a real barbarian from scratch that you created the way you like it, and then just have it with you. So a lot of people would do that. However, personally, I never do